All right, I'm going to go ahead and answer this question simply because right on the heels of that last video, I don't know what it is about people. They think that I'm afraid to tackle any subject. Well, I'm not. But now, mind you, the only thing I can really do on this subject is just give you my own personal opinion and my own personal experience, okay? And of course, the aim is why do we have so many black children running around that seems to get in more trouble than anything, and while there's just a single black mother problem in this country, meaning that, you know, most of the children are raised by only their mother in the black community. And I'm just using the term black, all right? Well, I don't see it that way. I mean, I live in a rural white county, and the blacks up here are less than 1% of the population. As a matter of fact, the Hispanics are probably about 5% of the population, and then 94% of the population are Caucasians. All right. And I see the same thing that's happening up here that happens in the city. Now, in the city, they have housing projects and stuff like that, and low budget, low grade home environments and stuff that they put black people in. In the country, they have trailer parks where their white people stay in. Low budget, low grade trailer parks. And I see the same problems up here as I do in the inner city. But since the subject is about black people, I'm going to go ahead and say it like this. I think that we're dealing with something that is systemic from history. I think that the black man has been literally forced out of the home from being a head. That's my own personal opinion now. And the reason why I say that is because when you look at a woman today, especially some of these out of control women who try to use the system to force a man to comply to their dictates and mandates, and if you have a woman that is raising a boy, because a woman cannot raise a boy to a man. I don't care how you call it, you just ain't seeing it. That's why you're seeing the problem of homosexuality so much, because these men are under the thumb of a woman. I'm not saying that, I'm not painting a broad brush and saying that's the way it is all the way across the board. But there's a problem in any culture, in any society, when you have the woman being the father, the mother, the provider. That's a big time problem. Because only a man can change, you know, really, truly bring up a man. Now, I guess that I am totally different because I was raised in a home where my father was there. My children was raised in a home that their father has been there. But I haven't received what you call any benefits or handout from the government whatsoever at all. Everything that I ever been able to obtain in life, I obtained it by dedication and just simply hard ass work. Period. Just hard ass work. Long time ago, I knew not to go in debt, especially extraordinary amount of debt where you can't even pay it off in let's just say use 1 year. If you're in debt and you can't pay that debt off in 1 year, you're in too much debt. I don't recommend that at all. I don't want to digress. Let me get back on it again. But I think that's the problem that we have. That the feminine movement, the feminist movement, and the exploitation of black men, and the buffoonery. Because I remember when I hated the Cosby shows. I hated Married with Children. I hated those shows. And the reason being is because they always made the father look like the bumbling idiot, and the mother look like she's the one that got every damn thing going on. And then the mother would talk to the man as if he's some dumbass. And I couldn't stand that. And it just don't make any sense. It really, truly doesn't make any sense whatsoever at all. But anytime you take the father figure out of the house, then either civil government is going to run the home, or that woman that submit mostly to that government is going to run the home. And I think that it's social engineering. I think that it's an order that has been set up to actually do this on purpose. Because you can't have a bunch of men in a home going around raising strong men, because you're going to have problems then. And I think that this is the real true underlying issue. I think that it's something that has been done on purpose, starting way back to slavery, when you actually make sure that the black woman doesn't have any confidence in a man, because when this man is getting beat and she's getting raped and everything else, and you bring it all the way up to this point right here, it's just that the change that was physically on the people then is now right here. Now, can you beat that paradigm? Sure you can. Can you beat that social engineering? Sure you can. But with the way that the mouth that a lot of women's moves today, a man just simply ain't going to put up with it. He don't have to. As a matter of fact, I recommend that no man on this earth ever get married by a state marriage license. Don't ask civil government for your permission to do any damn thing that you know is going to be something that's going to come back up on you later, and the government is going to come down harder than you than anything. Because if you go get that marriage license, that woman is going to use that system to exploit you. I'm seeing it right now in a former NFL player. I'm seeing it. I'm watching this good man. Everybody has the testimony. This man's a good man. This woman goes, lies her ass off against this man right here. Now all of a sudden he ain't a good man because she said so. It's off the chain. So do not go out there and get the marriage license. But anyway, that is my personal opinion of what is going on. I think that this is something that is done literally on purpose. Now, is that going to stop the problem? Well, I know one thing. I know a lot of men today are going to Brazil. A lot of black men. They're going to Colombia. They ain't going to the Philippines. They ain't fooling with them damn Filipinos. And I don't have anything against Filipinos, but they just realize that whenever a woman has been raised in a matriarchal home, she's not going to submit to a man that is patriarchal. That just simply ain't going to happen. And that's why we all need to be transformed in the hour that we're living in. They've done everything in this culture to diminish the man, and the man is just simply not playing the game anymore, and they're opting out of marriage. So they can always have babies. But as far as getting saddled up with this woman, it's cheaper for them to pay child support than to actually pay for that woman for the rest of their lives, especially a woman that will not submit to his authority. So you ask, I told it. There's the truth. My personal opinion, straight way.